guys, what's up? My name is Caitlin. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Normally on this channel I make tapping videos, but the whole goal of my channel is to help you heal. And so if I can share additional resources besides tapping, because tapping is incredible and phenomenal, but it is not the only way to heal. So if I can share additional resources, I got you. And I've been reading a book that has absolutely blown my mind, and I've cried so hard over this book. And sometimes fictional books will do that, where a character dies, you cry your eyeballs out. No. This is like nonfiction, real life shit, and I'm here to share this book with you in case it might be able to help you too. Because the things that I have uncovered, it's like, holy crap, that makes so much sense why I've been struggling with this thing in my adult life. Because it links back to my childhood. And that's where the root of my issues started, was my shitty childhood. And I feel like oftentimes that's a lot of people's problems, because between ages 0 and 7, we create our understanding of the world. And when our parents fail us or harm us, we think that that's normal. And usually we'll blame ourselves, be like, oh, well, I just deserved it because I'm bad. But it's like, bro, you're a child. There's nothing wrong with you. Someone failed you and made you believe those things. The book that I'm currently reading is called Toxic Parents: Overcoming Their Hurtful Legacy and Reclaiming Your Life. And it's by Susan Forward, PhD, with Craig Buck. And let me tell you, I'm going to read to you the contents of this book so you can kind of like understand why this book is so has been so impactful for me and why it might help you too. But okay, there's the introduction. Part 1, there's 2 parts of this book. Part 1 is Toxic Parents. And there is 8 different types of toxic parents. And parents can have be toxic in more than one way. But here's the chapters of this book. So, chapter 1, Godlike Parents: The Myth of the Perfect Parent. Chapter 2, Just Because You Didn't Mean It Doesn't Mean It Didn't Hurt: The Inadequate Parents. Chapter 3, Why Can't They Let Me Live My Own Life? The Controllers. Number 4, No One in This Family is an Alcoholic. The Alcoholics. Number 5, The Bruises Are All on the Inside. The Verbal Abusers. Number 6, Sometimes the bruises are on the outside too. The Physical Abusers. Number 7, The Ultimate Betrayal. The Sexual Abusers. And Chapter 8, Why Do Parents Behave This Way? The Family System. And then part 2 is all about reclaiming your life. And I haven't gotten to part 2 yet. I'm in the middle of the Ultimate Betrayal chapter, and I'm on page 142. I literally had to stop reading because I was straight up hyperventilating, sweating, crying. It was a whole thing. So that's also why I'm making this video, because I don't even have the energy to film a tapping video, because I've also done a lot of tapping today in addition to reading this book. But I feel like I just wanted to share this information about what this book's about and that it might help you too. I feel like the first 8 chapters is if any of your parents fall in any of those categories, or your childhood falls in any of that category, that it entirely validates your feelings and your experience. Oftentimes these situations make us feel so alone and so isolated, like, oh, I'm the only one that's ever experienced this, and I deserve to be treated that way. It's normal. When in fact, it's not. And so, part 2, Reclaiming Your Life, I'll just read the chapter titles to you. I have not read them yet. But, so part 2, chapter 9, You Don't Have to Forgive. Number 10, I'm a Grown-Up, Why Don't I Feel Like One? Number 11, The Beginnings of Self-Definition. Number 12, Who's Really Responsible? Number 13, Confrontation: The Road to Independence. Chapter 14, Healing the Incest Wound. Chapter 15, Breaking the Cycle. And then last, there's the epilogue, Letting Go of the Struggle, and also suggested reading. I'm curious about the suggested reading. So the very last page, suggested reading, it says, there's a book called Codependent No More, It Will Never Happen to Me, Family Therapy in Clinical Practice, Healing the Shame That Binds You. That book's really good. I didn't finish it, but it was really good for what I did read. self-esteem, a family affair, betrayal of innocence, incest and its devastation, facing shame, families in recovery, cutting loose, an adult guide to coming to terms with your parents, father-daughter incest, the battered child, for your own good, hidden cruelty in child rearing and the roots of violence, prisoners of childhood, dangerous secrets, maladaptive response to stress, healing the child within, and adult children of alcoholics. So those are tons of resources, tons of books you could read if maybe you don't want to read this one. But I feel like this covers just so much. And honestly, I'm like kind of excited. I know healing is not an exciting thing, and in fact it can feel so painful when you're in it, when you're crying, when you're like, what the fuck, why did this person hurt me when they should have loved and protected me. And it's like, I just feel like there is so much pain in this world. So I believe that we are all souls living in human bodies, and our souls agree to come to Earth to have the human experience. But I also believe that we go through horrendous things in order to overcome them and heal ourselves and then start to heal the world. And that's also why I make the work that I do. I have always known that my suffering was not for no reason. And it's by overcoming this suffering that I have carried throughout my whole life, that by overcoming it, I get to help other people. That's why I make tapping videos. That's why I show up on the internet and share resources and stuff that helps other people, because it's like, hey, this has helped me and you don't have to suffer alone. And you are not alone. Well, in fact, like, if one or both of your parents fall into any of those categories, I highly recommend reading this book. And I'm not even done with it, but it's like the impact it has made has been tremendous. And interestingly enough, and I was supposed to be doing Spanish homework last night because I have 1 week left of Spanish as of filming this. And so I decided, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do Spanish. I'm going to do that later. I'm going to read a book. And I sat down for 2 hours and I was just reading, right, for 2 hours. And then we went grocery shopping. But like before we went grocery shopping, I had to stop reading so that I could get ready for grocery shopping. And then I was processing it. I was just like crying because I'm like, there's some people that shouldn't have children, in my opinion. Like, if you're gonna treat your children like shit, don't have them. But unfortunately, we don't really pick our parents in the sense of like, oh, I want the perfect parents with perfect traits that are gonna be kind and loving and never hurt me ever. Like, yeah, we might want these parents, but that's not what we always get, unfortunately. And I was just feeling so sad. I'm like, you know what? It's really shitty. Like, child abuse of any form is so shitty. And I hate it. And as an adult, I have to heal from it. Yay! I feel like this healing is worth it. And it's part of my journey on this planet. So, that being said, if you're feeling called to read this book, I highly, highly recommend reading it. And it might just validate your feelings and know that you're not alone. And then the second part to it is supposed to be all about healing from your childhood. And a lot of times it's like, oh, just get over it. We've all been told that, oh, well, they're your parents, just get over it. And even though things might be different now that we are adults, oftentimes we'll still have like these patterns and these limits and these loops recreating the same shit over and over and over again. And it's because of the beliefs that we created between ages 0 and 7. That is literally our understanding of the world, our framework of the world. And so when you experience abuse in any form, it literally dissolves your self-esteem. And so as an adult, it's like, oh, well, why am I not confident? Why don't I love myself? Why can't I be successful? Why do I keep picking shitty partners? Why am I struggling financially? And it's like, well, what did your parents teach you about life? And that is what you're going to recreate in your adulthood if you don't heal from your childhood. If you are struggling, I'm sending you so much love. But please know that healing is possible. You are not broken or damaged beyond repair, and healing is possible, and you're so worthy of that. And it's going to require you to do the work, and it might be extremely painful at times. But if you could endure the suffering, you can endure the healing. So with that, thank you for watching this video. Let me know if you choose to read this book. Let me know your thoughts. And I'm here for you. And with that, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you have a blessed rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Okay, bye.